Oh, it's time to act up. FTP Podcast number 3. All right, we got plenty of stuff going on. I'm going to get on my soapbox about this whole Deflategate situation. We got NHL playoffs. We'll even touch on some NBA, a little MLB. Got a lot of stuff. We'll try and cram as much of it in as we can. Hey, whatever. All right, let's go to break. We'll start up right after that.
This is the FTP Podcast.
All right, let me jump right up on top of my soapbox and let's start off on Deflategate. Plain and simple, I need multiple people suspended indefinitely for a season at the very least from that Patriots franchise. I'm going to quote Roger Goodell from Bountygate. Ignorance is not an excuse. During Bountygate, he held Mickey Loomis and Sean Payton responsible for everything that went on in that building, and they were both disciplined. So why, if Tom Brady stood on his own and deflated the balls or had the ball boy do it, whatever it may be, Belichick and the GM both are responsible for what goes on in that building and the accord of their players. They should also be disciplined for this situation. Plain and simple, it's not like this is the first time the Patriots have been caught cheating. I mean, they're known as the best cheaters in the NFL. And I'm not knocking you for that. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. I can get with that. That's all right. But just quote him. If ignorance is not an excuse, I think Tom Brady, plain and simple, of course, he can't deny that he didn't know something was awry with the balls. I think there's been enough tests done. You know, you give guys 3 different balls or 4 different balls, overinflated, underinflated, vastly overinflated, and one that's at regulation, and you can tell the difference between the balls. And, you could make an argument that some of the guys that touched the ball frequently in that game probably knew something was up too. But Tom Brady, at the very least, Belichick, the GM, I think those guys all need to be disciplined. I'm not saying that Belichick should be gone for the year, but I think a couple of games, probably. And Brady, I'm just saying, he didn't just cheat in a regular game. He cheated in a playoff game. I mean, come on now. All the chips were on the table. I feel like, you should take all his chips off the table. Sit that boy down for a year. Now, will that happen? Probably not. Just from a financial standpoint, taking Brady off the field is a huge loss for the NFL brand. He has a name all in itself. So I don't think, and you're going to hurt the competition level for the Patriots this season if you take him off. And the Patriots are one of the, state franchises in the league right now, especially being the defending Super Bowl champions. So is he going to be suspended for the year? No. Do I think 6 games is enough? No. But, hey, it's not my call. I'm just going with ignorance is not an excuse, but I think Goodell's proven over the course of things that it's only an excuse if you're him. So I just think, hey, if you're going to cheat. I'm cool with it. But if you get caught, you should be disciplined accordingly. And I think there needs to be some sort of consistency throughout the league on how things are disciplined. I don't think there's any infraction that should be deemed more serious than something that altered the outcome, I'm not going to say necessarily altered, but possibly altered the outcome of a game, and not just a regular season game, but a playoff game. I think nothing should be deemed or dealt with more seriously than that. And I think he should be disciplined and should be almost set an example of, so that way no one else follows suit behind him saying, well, he was disciplined 6 games the next year. Shucks, I'm retiring. Let me go out with a ring. I'm going to go, deflate some balls. So that way, so I'm more comfortable throwing in the play. No. We should not do that. I think there needs to be a standard set of discipline right here, right now. And with the Patriots, I'm not saying that they, have a history of bending the rules. But if the shoe fits, so be it. All right, and I'm clearly not the only one that's pretty upset about this. Let's listen to some of the other rants that have been going around, just people that are almost as heated as I am about this whole Deflategate situation.
Robin Livingston, what's up, Rob?
You know what? I still say it's a bunch of nuts, and it's a little bit deflated balls. He's still won a Super Bowl.
Well, watch it's a bunch of nothing when he's sitting watching the first couple of games next year.
Yeah, it's a big deal. You know what? Then what the NFL should do is the NFL should say, I'll tell you what, both teams use the same ball.
Wait a second. They have rules. They broke the rules.
No.
They have rules. They have rules. Don't say they got to make rules. They have rules. The Pats break them. not the first time they've broken rules. They have rules. They don't need to make rules. Both teams aren't breaking the rules. They didn't catch both teams doing it. They caught one team doing it. Pat fans act like, oh, well, now we got to make some rules. Make some rules. There are rules.
If you think Belichick didn't know about this, you're freaking crazy. They don't got the link to Belichick. He's as guilty as anybody. He got away with it, but he's guilty. And he does not deserve the benefit of the doubt. He's cheated before. Doesn't deserve the benefit of the doubt. And here it is, Brady blows off the White House because he's down on Obama. I tell you one thing about it. Listen, I'm not an Obama fan, but Obama doesn't cheat. Brady cheated. Maybe Obama should have kept Brady out of the goddamn White House. God almighty. Come on, Patriot fans, wake up. Huh? Listen, I'm not trying to make this out to be the, I understand what we're dealing with here. This is not the Black Sox scandal. I get it. But be real to yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, guys, he cheated. And what are you going to do? He took the ball. He took the air out of the football. I hate to say it. I mean, he did. We got to admit it. Got to face up to it. I faced up to Bonds with the steroids. You got to face up to it. Brady hasn't said a word. I mean, if Brady is so innocent, where's he been the last 24 hours? You ever ask yourself that question? If Brady is so innocent, why did he give the Wells all his emails and his text messages? Why not? And if Bob Kraft was so concerned about getting to the bottom of it, why didn't Bob Kraft let McNally be interviewed 50 times by Wells if that was what it was going to take? Bob Kraft, Mr. Integrity. Well, he made sure that McNally got 5 minutes with him and got him out of there. Where's Brady been? What is it going to be, hide behind Jim Gray tonight? That's where Brady's going to be. Let Jim Gray, be put in a tough, never ask him anything hard. Let Jim Gray be in a tough spot. We haven't heard from him yet. His agent said something cockamamie. Well, it's a conspiracy. Oh, come on, please, go away. Will you please? Shut up. Put out a statement. Yeah, and listen, we called him, we called Brady, we called Belichick, we called Kraft, we called the NFL. We called every single person. Every single one. I've called every quarterback I know. The one person who's come on right now is Pereira. Everybody's hiding. Why? Because they know they don't have a leg to stand on. That's why. Where's Brady? He should be, if he's innocent here and he didn't do anything wrong, he should be kicking and screaming. Give me a microphone. Set up a press conference. They railroaded me. Garbage. I didn't deflate those balls. Where is he? Where's the old lady of his? She's got a lot to say. She said nothing. She couldn't wait to throw Welker under the bus when he dropped the pass, kill the offensive line in the Giant game in 2008, and now she said zero. She likes the cameras when it's good, but when the cameras are bad, oh, no, they can't go near her either. Somehow Brady didn't call the old man and say, hey, Dad, listen, I cheated. Shut up. Don't go talk to USA Today. It looks bad. With the Daily News. Captain America cheated. Face it.
You are now listening to the FTP Podcast.
All right, enough Deflategate. Now that's obviously taking over the airwaves right now, but the NBA playoffs are really heating up. I mean, that Atlanta-Washington series is taking a turn. John Wall's out with a wrist injury, and I mean, man, has he been dominant. That's a tough loss for the Wizards, but old man Pierce, the truth, laid a nice fadeaway to give Washington a 2-1 lead in the series the other day, and I mean, boy, was that shot sweet. After the game, they asked Paul Pierce if he called it, and he just had one sentence for him.
I call game.
Just ball game, baby. Just ball game. Hey, and the Bulls aren't trying to upset either. They don't have to deal with Kevin Love, but LBJ and that headband is back. But it's not enough. D-Rose had the sweet buzzer beater as time expired to nab Game 3, giving them a 2-1 lead too. So the Bulls are up 2-1 on the Cavs, and the Wizards are up 2-1 on the Hawks. Things are getting real interesting in that East right now. I think I'd be extremely entertained if the Bulls knocked off the Cavs, but that's just me. I'm hoping the Wizards can knock off the Hawks. I haven't been a Hawks believer all season. I'm still not. But I think it's going to be tough for them to do unless John Wall can get back soon. Obviously, that's an extremely unfortunate injury and situation. Things aren't exactly as exciting in the West, but I mean, they're not disappointing either. Memphis is undefeated with Mike Conley. I mean, after that eye injury, he's back and he's just rolling. They have a 2-1 lead over Golden State, which is another team that, I mean, they're hitting on all cylinders, but don't turn around on that one because Golden State can obviously heat up extremely quickly. I mean, Seth Curry even missed whole goal in Game 3 for them, which that never happens. I mean, he's Seth Curry. He's one of the most prolific three-point shooters in the league. Doc and the boys got CP3. He's got a little ham injury. He seems to always be hurt, but whatever. And Austin Rivers came off the bench, and he lit up 25 points. I've been an Austin Rivers supporter since the boy came out of Duke. I really like him, but he's been kind of struggling to find his way in the NBA. But it looks like old daddy got his son playing. 25 points in the playoffs. That's not too shabby. They got a 2-1 lead in the series right now. All right, moving on. Let's go to some hockey. NHL playoffs are in the thick of it. And those Chicago Blackhawks, they swept the Minnesota Wild and are looking to take on the winner of the Ducks and the Flames. And the Ducks are leading that series 3-1 right now. In the East, the Tampa Bay Lightning are up 3-2 against the Canadiens, trying to pull off almost a miracle, exactly what last year's champs, the LA Kings, had to do, and that's win a series after being down 3-0. The New York Rangers are trying to keep their playoff hopes alive in Game 5 with an OT win for the Rangers, but they're going to need more as they trail the Capitals by a game, 3-2 in that series. Things are really heating up in hockey, too, so we're not going to have too much time to dive all the way into the MLB, but one really interesting note, and this is going to go ahead and double as our moment in sports history. A-Rod surpassed Willie Mays for 4th all-time on the home run list earlier this week, but after his whole, doping situation, I ain't saying he should have started from 0. I know a lot of people kind of feel that way, but like I said earlier, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. Hey, if he got caught, he served his time. He's back at it. I don't think necessarily he should have lost it. Obviously, it did give him a competitive advantage, but I think they should have done more to catch him. You caught him earlier, it doesn't matter. They didn't catch him. Boom. All right. Thanks again for tuning in. You can find us on social media, Twitter, Instagram. Just search From the Press Box and it'll pop right on up. Boom. You can also check us out on YouTube and SoundCloud. Find us on anything you're looking for. Type in From the Press Box and it'll pop up. That'll about do it for all the time we got today. Blah, 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 blah. Have a good one. Listen next time. Whatever. Deuces. We're out. Turn into the next one.